Welcome you to this tutorial on geometry creation using Ansys Workbench. After opening this Ansys Workbench, you can see a lot of applications in this site. If you are creating geometry for a structural analysis, you can choose the static structural and you can create your geometry over there. Otherwise, if you are simply creating a geometry and to use the geometry for any other software, any other application, you can choose. In the component system there will be a thing called geometry. You can use this geometry also. If you create a geometry in this way, you can also use this geometry by connecting this to the model here. Similarly, you can use this geometry for any other application. So let us start creating geometry using the component system geometry. You can right click and you can create geometry using two softwares that is provided by Ansys Workbench. The one is Design Modeler and another one is Space Claim. Now I am opening the geometry creation using Design Modeler. After opening Design Modeler allows you to create geometries in XY plane or ZX plane or YZ plane. Let us see how to create a geometry for a two-dimensional analysis. So if you want to create a geometry for two-dimensional analysis, geometry should be drawn in XY plane itself. So click that XY plane and click sketching. If you want to create geometry in some other plane like ZX plane or YZ plane, click that particular plane and click sketching. You will create geometry on that particular plane. So now I am creating geometry in XY plane. So I am clicking XY plane and create sketching. So there are numerous options to draw the sketches or diagrams in Ansys Design Modeler. So let me create a simple rectangle. If you want to make the screen perpendicular to your working plane, click that. Now we are creating geometry in XY direction, so XY plane. So if you click Z, you will be normal to that XY plane. So now you can create the geometry, you can see normal to it. So while drawing this geometry, you can see the scale of this geometry. It is 20 meters, around 20 meters. If I want to create a geometry for around 1 meter width, I have to scroll this using my mouse. So if I scroll that, I can modify the scale of my geometry up in approximate manner. So now this is around 1 meter or something. So I have approximated the geometry so that it will be approximately 1 meters. So now I am creating the geometry. Then I can see I can give the dimensions of this rectangle using this dimension option. Click dimension, let it be in general and click any one of that line and click here. Now we can create the dimension for this geometry. I am creating 1 meters. So the length is 1 meters and I am using that width as V2. That V2 is 0.5 meters, that is half of a meter. Similarly, give the dimensions in some other units like centimeters or meters or millimeters. There is an option called units over here. Click the units and you can change to centimeter or millimeter. Now I am changing to millimeter, so it will convert it into 1000 millimeter and 500 millimeters. If you want to see the sketch in your full screen, we have to use this option that is called zoom to fit. If you click zoom to fit, it will be fit into your screen. Now let us see what are the other options that we can use in this design modeler. Let us draw. If you click draw, you can see a lot of options. Let me draw two circles. I am drawing a circle over here and also here. These two circles are actually having different diameters, but I would like to draw these two circles in even diameters, in the same diameter. So what I can do is I can open the constraints and I can use the option called equal radius, and now I have to click the circle and again I am clicking another circle. Now it will become equal radius. See, if I change the radius of any one circle, both the circle will be changed. Let me change the dimension of the first circle. I am giving the dimension of the circle as the D3 as actually now it is around 119 mm. I am changing this diameter as 50 mm. Now both the diameters of the circle is changing. So let us change that to 100 mm. So we can also see the state of the diagram by selecting this option. This is the selection icon. So if I select the circle, I can see the status of this diagram, whether it is under constraint or over constraint. Now it is under constraint. Under constraint means the sketch is not fully defined. The dimensions and the position of the diagram are not yet fully defined. We can see what are the constraints needed. The position of the circle is still not provided. So we have to give the position of the circle. Let me give the position of the circle. I can simply give general, and I can click this center and this baseline, and now I can give this distance. As actually the overall height is 500 mm, now I am giving 250 mm so that it will be centered. I have given one position to that in the y axis, and I should also give the dimension in x axis so that to define that circle. So I have to give the dimension in x axis. I have to click the center and again the left hand side line. Now I can give the dimension in this x axis. Let me give the dimension as 200 mm. So now we have given the radius of the circle and the position of the circle. So now it is telling that it is well defined. So we can also create some polygons. If you go to draw, there will be option called polygons. So polygon means it can have any number of sides. If you want to create a triangle, I have to use 3 sides. And now I am creating a triangle in this manner, and I am giving the dimension of the triangle by using general. I am giving this dimension as L6 as 200 mm. So I want to make this line parallel to this x direction. So what I have to do is I have to go to constraint and use the option parallel and make this line parallel to this line. Now the line has been changed to be parallel to the line what I have selected. So similarly you can use n number of constraints over here. If you want to delete an entity, I am creating a oval, and if I need, I can make it parallel to this line or parallel to this line, any line what we have did earlier. So if you want to delete that circle and if you want to delete these two things, I can click select. I can select this and I can right click and delete. If you want to delete many things, I can use box select over here. There is an option called box select. Using that box select these entities, and you can right click and you can delete. And these are the options that are available in sketching, and many options are available. You can try it on your own. We can also do some modifications like chamfer, fillet. If you want to fillet, I have to click the fillet and I have to give the fillet radius. I am giving 50 mm, and then I have to select the edges. I have to change that box select icon, single select. Now I have to choose a fillet and I am giving 50 mm, and I am selecting this line and this line. Now a fillet has been created. Similarly, you can create fillet in any number of edges. Similarly, if you want to create chamfer, we have to give the chamfer dimension. I am giving 50 mm. Then you have to select any edges. I have created chamfer here and here. Now let us see how to use the trim option. Let me sketch a rectangle over here, and let us see how to use the option trim. Go to modify. Under that modify option, there is an option called trim. Click that trim and click the part you want to trim here. So now this part has been trimmed. Similarly, you can trim up to this point. You can also trim this line and this line. So now a new shape has been achieved. So you can also use this trim option. After trimming, you can also do that fillet or chamfer and whatever you want. I am filleting this. The radius is too small. Now I have filleted this, and also we can fillet any edge we want. The most important thing is converting this sketch into a plane. So if you want to do some analysis in Ansys, we cannot do the analysis using the sketch. We have to create a plane for performing a two-dimensional analysis. For that, we have to convert the sketch into a plane. Go to the concept menu, and under that create surfaces from sketches. Click that and select the geometry, any of the geometry, and click apply. Now the geometry has been selected. If you click generate, you can get the two-dimensional plane for analysis. You can close this window, and you can, if you want to do some analysis, you can use this geometry for structural analysis, thermal analysis, or fluid analysis, anything. So now I am taking a steady state thermal analysis system, and now I am importing the geometry to this model. Just click the geometry and drag into the model. After that, you can create the mesh of that plane and you can do the analysis. Thank you.